Feel me like a Hellcat. Coming like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat. Coming like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat.
Good morning, everyone. Goodness gracious. I apologize for being late this morning. I got behind on some stuff and I wanted to make sure I had everything in order. Let me double check, Robert. I believe I did. The screenshots that you sent, we'll take a look at them here in a little bit. I was also waiting to hear back. I did, before we go into the story, I want to say that I was trying to be relatively reasonable when it comes to this situation because it is a little bit different. I would say slightly different. Not too much different, but slightly different than like the mundane Matt situation. If you've been around the internet for more than a few years, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But it is very similar in the sense that it's odd to me when I see people that complain about censorship, for one, or say they're pro freedom of speech, or say they're libertarians, or to be fair, libertarians are split on intellectual property, right? There is a faction that believe intellectual property cannot be owned. There is a faction that believe it is fruits of the labor, so it can be. So that I don't know his specific views on. But this whole situation to me, I never expected to see. I never expected to see. Now there is one, so he actually, to my understanding, we've got 4 that he's copyright striked or DMCA'd. I did actually had to private my video because I don't trust him, and I am not. At first I was like, fucking let him do it, right? Let him do it, bitches. Strike my video. I dare you. And then I was like, no, I just got my channel back monetized. I better not put that out in the world. So I did end up privatizing ETAP, stopping by to show some love before I go live. Everyone should check out ETAP's channel if you haven't. He did a video for the Geeky Gazette, which we're going to have to talk about someday because Geeky Gazette is not going how I wanted it to. And that's okay. It was one of the best. It was an amazing video. I was shocked at like how fucking good it was. And then I did a short of it and people were like, fuck yeah, we love this video. So thank you so much, ETAP. But so this is all happening on Twitter. Now, mind you, I'm not on Twitter. So a lot of what I was getting was secondhand information at first. And I was like, it actually, so we started talking about it yesterday. ETAP needs to be on an upcoming panel. ETAP, Sunday. The place to be is here. I'm just saying. Sunday. Also, Joseph, I emailed you. I was going to see if you wanted to join this week to talk about Trump, but no, nobody ever checks their email. Irony, right? But okay. So we talked about it yesterday, and I was like, I don't believe it, right? When we were playing It Takes Two, me and Bianca yesterday, it was brought up that Eric July had started to DMCA different Twitter accounts, or it was specifically just one at the time. And I was like, I don't know, this looks a little sus. Like, this looks a little sus because I didn't actually think he'd stoop that low, right? No. Your video was fucking great. My thing is I don't think I was really trying to rally something, and I don't think people are really interested. That your video was fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. All right, Joseph, what day? Tell me a day, and I'm in. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know that he'd actually strike my video because I was positive. I was relatively positive. I gave him props where it was, and I wanted to be fair, so I did email him ahead of time, in order to ask if he wanted to comment. But he did post a video this morning, so we are going to talk about that. We're probably going to go through that. Here's the thing. Right now, he has struck down 4 different Twitter accounts. And in order for them to not have their account suspended, they had to delete the tweet, which also brings up the fact that he is 100% stifling their freedom of speech, an issue we've heard a lot about lately. And the one was a meme. And then he also said that in the video, the portion I did watch of it, he said that they posted something like a third or a quarter of the book, which was completely fabricated. That was one of the things I wanted to clear up before I went live this morning. It was the one from specifically Rippaverse was 6 panels, not 6 pages, 6 panels. Now I don't know about the first one. We're going to take a look at it. I agree. I am complete. There is one case that I have where I am pro censorship, And that is when it comes to children. Other than that, if you're an asshole, I want to know you're an asshole so I can stay away. Let your ass talk. Talk all you want. Talk away because I want to see it. What about Danes? Danes was a meme. I would say that one is where we'll get to that one. But that one is where I would say there is some gray area. Now, nothing, he shouldn't have actually been able to strike that because the images that Dane used were not, well, they were public images, right? So he should not have been able to actually strike that. So that's where if he had used images from the leaks, I would say yes, but he did not. Now, I do see the valid reason for him doing so, right? I do see the valid reason for him doing so in a sense because Dane was directing traffic to a pirate area. Now, I also want you guys to understand something, and I want to bring you back to a situation, and it's not going to make sense at first, but I promise you it will eventually. Okay. Do you guys remember when there was these situation with Naughty Dog? And it was about maybe a month, maybe 2 months before the what was it? The Last of Us 2 came out and there was a massive leak, right? There was a massive leak, an internal leak. Somebody leaked not only the first 2 hours of the game, but multiple hours in different areas of gameplay. And that was a huge leak. That was a big deal. I covered it. I went through this like emotional roller coaster with it, right? Because I love The Last of Us. I went from I am so mad at this game to I need more context to by the time I was done playing it, going, oh my God, I love this game so much. But there was images that came out, right? There was images that came out that people had covered and were talking about people were talking about in a great deal, right? About this. People channels started to get struck, one right after the other, right? People's channels started to get struck one right after the other because of this leak. Now, out of curiosity, can anybody tell me the difference, or is there a difference between a leak and a pirate site? Yeah, there's not. And to be fair here, Eric does use pictures from what's it called? Like Twitter all the time, right? When he talks about, oh, this picture came out, oh, that picture came out. He basically uses pirated images all the time from other creators. Now, the reason I bring up Naughty Dog specifically is because that was a massive leak. And Rippa, on multiple occasions, had defended and called it straight up. Here's the title to the video: Naughty Dog, Last of Us Part 2. Copyright abuses in YouTube. Copyright abuse in YouTube. Okay. So he's saying they abuse the copyright system while he did essentially the same thing. Now I'm not saying he ever has like promoted. I don't want to get that out there. This isn't on Michael. It's about ISAM 1. These were images from ISAM 1. So he called it copyright abuse when it came to Naughty Dog, which it was. It was. It was, right? So is him. So is what he's doing. It being up on a comic website is no different than a leak. It is no different than a leak, right? No different whatsoever. And if you're silencing critics, even if they are pain in the asses, because it did look like some of them were surely pain in the asses, right? It looked like some of them were very vocal for a long time when it came to this. Now, I don't see how this could look good on him. I don't. Hold on. There was a comment I wanted to bring up. That's not the same thing because it's a leak. A pirate website is essentially the exact same thing as a leak. It's the exact same thing as a leak, right? Except for instead of happening before it came out, it was while it was out, right? That's it. Yeah, it's 100% the same thing. Justify it how you want in your mind. That's totally fine. I believe many people will. And there was one thing that I learned very quickly going into this channel was that there is one mortal sin for creators. One huge mortal sin for creators, rather. And that is the fact that you don't abuse the copyright system. Now, there is a little bit of a difference because this was on Twitter, right? And I'm going to share the first one. Sorry, X, whatever it's called now. It's so stupid. But he, to me, going into YouTube in general, the biggest mortal sin was you don't abuse the copyright system to shut people up. You don't. It's a bad look. It's not necessarily, it's even if it is in line, like there are situations where it's in line with terms of services, you still don't do it. It's a bad look, right? It's a really bad look. So did Eric abuse Twitter TOS? I don't know. I honestly don't know enough about Twitter. The point is, he is shut. Actually, yeah, he did in the one sense, probably because none of the images from Danes were copywritten. I mean, they were all public images. They weren't from the leak, but he did link to the copy or to the pirate site. So I would say that's where that gray area comes in, where you're like, yeah, probably was a little warranted. The rest, however, were not. Like, the rest, however, like, I'm not going to sit here and justify the Dane one. And there is a little video. We'll check it out. Thank you to Samuel Sierra. He did send that to me yesterday. But there is a little video. And we'll check that out here in a little bit. But that's the grayest of the one, right? That's the grayest of the one. So let's start with Vicky. Now she's got copyright error. You know, obviously this is clearly him. I did have people saying that's not really Eric. That's not really Eric. That's not really Eric. And obviously it was. He has now owned up to it. And he has actually said that it was him. He's fully owned up to it. And now this is the one we saw yesterday. So I want to show you this one. And I didn't believe it, to be fair. I am very Twitter will suspend you for less. I don't know. I honestly stay out of that shit. I think it is a garbage platform. But what I want to show you is this is the one I didn't believe yesterday because I don't trust Vito, right? I don't trust Vito at all, to be fair. Like, I actually, you know what? Okay, let me preface this a little bit. I don't have anything against Vito in the sense that I think some of his videos are good. I think he's entertaining. I think his comic book looked really, really good. But he abuses animals. And that's where I draw a line, right? That's where I draw a line. He abuses animals in a dirty way. Uh yeah. So I don't trust. Plus I also think that when I said, I think this book is actually pretty decent, or it's not pretty decent. I think it's actually it's not bad. It's mid, right? I think I said it was mid. I got a lot of shit from Vito over and over again, and it was really weird. And Vito is a pedo. I didn't know that. Wait, did I know that? I feel like I remember something about that, but I feel like I would also remember that too. I knew about the animal stuff. Wait, you're right. Didn't he have the same defense of children stuff that Dane had? I'm pretty sure. But I think that's exactly what you're talking about there. So yes, I don't exactly trust a source like Vito. If I'm going to look at a source, I'm going to do a little bit more investigation. That's why yesterday I was like, nope, I don't believe it. I don't. So, but it does look like there is some merit to it, considering, well, he's actually owned up to it. So here we go. Let me get these super chats real quick. Robert, thank you so much. Eric is claiming he bought his comics, yet he claims he never, nor would he ever buy from the mainstream company. He is only saying now he bought them. Yeah, I don't believe him at all, because I've seen him cover, like, you remember that issue with it was what was it? Harley Quinn, where Stephanie Phillips went all weird at the end of Harley Quinn when she was doing the weekly thing. And there was really one weird line about, like, it wasn't the patriarchy, it was like white supremacy or something. And I know he covered that. I know he covered Just Chambers. I know he covered all these things. I don't believe him for a second that he bought all those issues. Not even a little bit. Honestly, I don't care about July. I care more about the new PC giving you problems. Reach out if you need any help. Last of Us needs 10 minutes to load shaders. Shaders are loaded. Steph is what's it called? My lovely Steph nerd. My favorite person in the world right now. Steph, what's it called? I'm looking. Team Viewer. We're gonna be working on it here in a little bit. So it should be more interesting than me going, what the fuck am I doing? Pretty much. Me looking at it, just banging my head. Oh God. But yeah, after we're done, I'll email you, Angelo. Because I was poor Steph yesterday. I'm texting her every 15 minutes going, I don't know what to do. I'm getting so angry. I'm frustrated. But she's so great about it. Oh, there was more to that tip? I'm so sorry. I did not see it. Oh. And now he's saying now he's bought them to not look like a hypocrite. So he either lied about not buying them or he's lying about buying. He didn't buy them. Come on now. Stop it. I thought he didn't support the mainstream industry. So, okay. At all. This is one single panel. I want you guys to keep in mind this, okay? I did ask specifically. We talked about Vicky. Now, again, I can't defend that these people have been going like hard on Eric for a long time. They have. I don't know about this person. I'm not familiar with this person. They have. But that doesn't make any of this right? Okay. So this is, I want you to keep in mind before we go into the video that Vicky shared, from what she told me, 6 panels. 6 panels, not 6 pages. 6 panels. She did share 6 pages of Spawn #1 to compare and contrast, but she shared 6 panels. Okay? Right now, what you're seeing in front of you is one small panel. Actually, it's a really small panel. Sir, we don't technically open for another. Okay, that's all it was? That was his major complaint? Are you fucking kidding me? How many comics are you setting up here? What is this, BBS? That's just a funny little quip. Like, are you offended about that, dude? Like, I don't even agree with the criticism here. What I disagree with most is abusing the copyright system. Media not displayed. Okay, so we've got one panel here. Why would he copyright this? This is so milquetoast. Are you that? I didn't even read it all the way until just now. Why would you copyright this, you guys? This is as milquetoast as it gets. This is barely a complaint. This is barely a complaint. Are you serious? Okay. Holy shit, this is nothing. Like, I think I said worse than this. And well, to be fair, I didn't think it was that bad of a book. But I said it, like, again, I said it was. I two things can be true, right? I can think his book wasn't that awful, but also say that what he's doing now is probably the lowest of the low a person can go, right? Wow, this is it? This is it. Okay. All right. So here we've got number 2, right? Again, keep in mind 6 panels, one small panel. This is gonna be important later when he tries to defend it, right? Let me find. Okay, we've got that one. Now there is one from one of the Royal Up. Is that how you say his name? Royal Up. Okay. I know who they are, but I don't know how to say their name. Okay, so now we have him getting a copyright strike, or what is it called on a DMCA on Twitter? Here on YouTube, it's a copyright strike. You get a strike, right? And you get in big trouble. I don't know how it works as far as Twitter goes. If you get, like here, they have a 3 strikes and you're out kind of system. And that's what the big deal was with Naughty Dog, right? There was a lot of creators that got 2 strikes because of that. They were on the verge of losing their channel, and he was defending that, saying this is wrong, and then turns around to do the exact same thing. Can you not attack my hair, please? Okay. Thomas Royal Loop. Okay, so now he got one also. He got a DMC takedown notice from it is the same on Twitter. On YouTube, you do have to dox yourself. So it looks like it's the exact same thing here. It's what they should have fought it. I'm sorry. I'm not being mean here. but they should have fought it. Like, you don't, if you believe what you're doing is right, you don't back down. I have fought and won every single one of my copyright strikes. You don't give in. You don't. Now, I bullied, apparently, at one point. I bullied Chrissy Teigen, and I believe it was Justin Bieber, and I got a community guideline strike, or warning, because I'm a big old meanie, I guess. But you don't do this. You simply don't. You don't give in. But these people aren't credible sources. They're troublemakers with one goal to crap on everyone and everything. Sounds like the fandom menace. What's the difference? Like, they're doing it to other people instead of DC and Marvel. And saying that they're not credible sources is kind of bullshit when we've got, like, if you're not believing your eyes right now. You're right? You got to look at it from a perspective of, yeah, I understand they're not, like, I would never use these people individually as a source. I would never use, I mean, I've never seen really Vicky have any issues, but I don't know Thomas Royal up enough. I would never use Vito as a source ever. But when it is clear that Eric has admitted to it, and we're going to go over that, what they're doing is wrong. What he's doing is wrong, even if I do understand what you're saying. So, 100% understand what you're saying. But this crosses a whole nother line. This crosses a whole nother line you can't come back from. This is, can you imagine? Just stay with me here for a second. That panel I was talking about earlier, right? That Stephanie Phillips one. It made the rounds. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use a better example, okay? Pregnant Joker. Pregnant Joker broke the internet, even though he wasn't pregnant, but that's for another day. See? I just literally, that's why that's not a big deal. See? I just literally, watch. Story for another day. Yeah, I just literally did the same fucking thing. It's not a big deal. That's a really dumb criticism. Anyways, I digress. Pregnant Joker broke the internet, right? Pregnant Joker broke the internet. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody had the scans. Everybody was looking at it and going, oh my God, what the fuck is this? Is he pregnant? Is it a mud baby? Is it magic? What's going on? Is it an agenda? Is it this? Da-ti-da-ti-da, right? Can you imagine if DC Comics had copyright strike, all those people talking about it, went into Twitter and DMCA'd everybody that had a panel? Can you imagine if they went through YouTube? Now, he hasn't gone to YouTube. Now, I think a lot of people should be, if you've covered it, be careful and private your videos. But can you imagine if DC went around and copyright struck every single person that didn't pay for that image, that just found it online, whether it was Twitter or Read Comics, whether it was any of those sites? Can you imagine? Yeah. Do you know what kind of outrage that would have caused? Do you know how many videos Ethan Van Sciver, Geeks and Gamers, Rippa himself would have made? It would have been a shit fucking show. A shit show. A shit show. DC could if they wanted. Why would they? Why would they? That's fucking low. That is low as fuck. And DC's a corporation. I expect them to go low sometimes, right? But nope, they did not. and we all talked about Pregnant Joker, and it passed. Nobody was silenced. Nobody was copyright striked. Nobody had issue. That's it. That's it. Wait, hold on. Everybody knows about those sites. Quit playing. Stop it. Everybody that reads comics knows about those sites, especially content creators, because we use it for thumbnails. We use it because it's a lot easier than opening a book and filming it. You can share your screen and it's over with. We use it every single week here because it's easier. We use it every single week here because it's easier to review comics, even though we purchase our comics. Of course we do. But we use it every single week here. Every single week. I use pirate site. That's fair. I think that's fair. I think that's fair because you know what? Right now I'm at the point, and I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know that I want to cover Night Terrors anymore. I'm getting so bored with it. Like the main line is good, but the offshoots are so bad I can't even get through it. I tried, but nobody is going to force me. I swear to God, nobody is going to force me to read Harley Quinn by Teenie Howard. I can't fucking do it. My brain will break. It is god awful. It is god fucking awful. Like it is. Oh, Robert, shut up. You didn't even read them. I caught you not reading them. Last week, you didn't even know what the fuck was going on. You just said, oh, I skimmed through it. I forgot what happened. I forgot. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I'm not reading Teenie Howard anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it. That has nothing to do with this. I apologize. Just go on a rant about how bad Night Terrors is. It's actually not bad. The main line, the Night Terrors book is very, very good. Angel Breaker was fucking weird. It made no sense. She's a cock block. This bitch is a cock block and then tries to I don't know. I love me some indies. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, I digress. It was so fucking bad. I'm sorry. Like, even Detective Comics, which I can't do it, you guys. You can't fucking make me. It's so bad. But regardless, I'm not black. Thanks, Tristan. You're welcome. I guess. I didn't think you were black, but I can rectify that if you want me to. Regardless, I understand these people don't have good intentions. I understand that. But neither do the people like we were talking about with Pregnant Joker, right? Right. Speaking of which, ears must have been ringing. Now let's talk about the other one, because this one I would say is definitely more of a situation where you're like, oh, I can't agree with you about this one. Like, he did copyright a meme. Yes, a meme. But it was kind of, this one I would say is a little bit more understandable simply because of the situation. Now, this is because he actually linked to the website. Now let me see if I can find it. Actually, I know I have it on. Why is Tristan so mean to you? I'm not mean to you. I'm not mean to anybody. Generally. All right, we actually got a little bit of a. You guys, I do warn you, You're going to have to listen to 2 minutes of Dane. It's going to be painful, almost as painful as my voice. And I apologize ahead of time. So this is, he must have went live or something. So he got a copyright strike too. Now, wait, there was an image of it. I'll show you the image afterwards so I don't have to keep going through these different things. But, yeah, I don't blame you, Hooded. Not even a little bit. It was actually a public image. It was a meme. It was stupid. He was trying to be like quirky and funny. Oh my God. Right. And it really wasn't. And he linked back to, on the images, he linked to the comic piracy site. So this one, I would say is a little bit more nuanced, right? This one I would say I couldn't understand, but in reality, Eric, let's be real. Everybody who reads comics knows about these websites. This wasn't a big deal to people. It's not like they were like, oh my God, there's a new site that you can read comics. No, this shit's been around forever. So I apologize for your ears. Tristan can't meme either. That is factual information. Can I do it?
And we're gonna have to get to Mr. Brick too, by the way. Can't forget that, because he's going around striking DMCA striking motherfuckers left and right. He
Zeno, he's not gonna sleep with you.
Got my account on Twitter suspended until I deleted the offending remark.
Endless battle of striking.
Well,
so
let me defend him a bit, okay? And this is weird, but this post that I did is pretty it's pretty egregiously fucking bad faith.
Let's not give him too much credit.
I found where there were.
I mean, at least he admits it. The thing about it is, it wasn't even like it was supposed to be like funny, I think, and it is just a meme. Why this con? I promise, only 2 minutes. It's supposed to be funny, but I don't know. I think Dane is one person I'd rather have my eyes gouged out by. Well, okay. I'm not gonna read the rest of that. Oh my God. Yeah, Dane. Okay, here's the thing. What you do for one, you have to do for the other. Or you look like a hypocrite, right? So, I would never defend Dane. I think that's pretty clear by my channel. I have nothing but contempt for this person. He's an idiot. He's a leftist, but by extension, he makes any liberal look bad, right? He's a woke scold. He's so progressive, he gets to be racist. Like, this is the man that called Eric a chunky monkey, right? This is a terrible fucking person. Fucking Zeno. This is a terrible person. His views, we have gone over. He is a sick motherfucker. But what you do for one, you have to do for the other. You can't be a hypocrite. Now, there is more nuance with this one. But he is trying to be funny. Like, okay, I'll just let him explain it.
2 comic piracy websites that were both hosting ISOM #1.
Mhm.
And I said, well, shit, I'm going to help him out and get me more eyeballs on that book. You know, I'm sure more people need to read it, right? Maybe they'll buy, maybe pump those #2 sales numbers up.
I mean, to be fair here, I don't think more people need to read it. I mean, his sales were good, right? But I mean, whatever.
And so I made this image, and I made it look as close to an official image as I could. And I just started sharing it around saying, oh, look, wow, I can't believe he did that.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. Like where someone came up with the idea of like linking to media like this. I mean,
Wait, what? Who is this guy? Who is this talking? Does anyone know? I don't think anyone's ever done that before, Dane. Bend over and let me lick your crack. What the fuck?
For like
Listen to him.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. Like where someone came up with the idea of like linking to media like this. I mean, I can see why they were pissed off, but
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
What the fuck? What the fuck? Nobody's ever done this before. It's totally new. Jarek? Oh, I know who you're talking about. Is it, do you say his name Eric? Eric or something like that? Yeah. Wait, what am I? Okay, and Tristan is rather with her misleading stuff hitting at JDA. Well, JDA, wait, hold on, what? What? I didn't even mention JDA today. I mean, I can if you want me to. I can. Should we mention the court papers that got recently released? The domestic violence stuff? Should we mention that? Or should we mention his multiple doxing of people? Should we mention that? I didn't think so. Rippa and EVS. I didn't even mention EVS before he showed up. Who she's clearly why the fuck would I be jealous of them? What? Oh, I know who this person is. I'm pretty sure this person's actually retarded. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure they're actually retarded.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Like, is this even covered under DMCA? Because I mean, like, it feels like a gray area, honestly.
This is definitely his image, you know, and I could, if I really cared enough, I could say it's a satire. I was satirizing a libertarian who would never give away his comic book for free.
See, that's where, why did I just get in? That's hilarious. I just got a notification for an EVS stream. That's ironic. So that's where I don't understand, because I'm not a libertarian necessarily, their views on intellectual property. And I don't know Eric's, to be specific. I don't know his views on intellectual property. It does seem like a lot of libertarians are pretty divided among that. And I'm assuming, well, clearly, Eric leans right? You can tell by his videos. So I'm assuming he believes that intellectual property is a thing.
Right. But
DMCAs are antiquated. By the way, I always talk down about them. I think it's a really bad system. They need something new, something different.
Victoria from Rippaverse, she apparently, her account had the same. Yep, my same as mine was when I tried to log in yesterday. It was, your account has been locked because Twitter received a complaint, compliant Digital Millennium Copyright Act notice for content posted to your Twitter account under the DMCA. Copyright owners can notify Twitter claiming that a user has infringed their copyrighted works upon receipt. So, I mean, you know, you can say the freaking N-word all you want and, you know, call trans people slurs and shit like that, but, like, you can't fucking post a...
Okay, hold on a second. Is that an actual thing, or is he just gaslighting? I think he's just gaslighting. I don't believe for a second that you can go on Twitter, for one, and say the N-word all you want. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to see proof of that. But I don't think that's actually true. Now, as far as how trans people are treated on there, I don't know. I do know that they got rid of the misgendering thing. But I think that, I don't know. I don't care. Like, at all. And speaking of which, since, you know, I wasn't going to really talk about it, but you know what? We will, because he decided to show up. Ethan Van Sciver is completely fine with it. Completely fine with it. Wait, Kanye was allowed back on Twitter by Elon. No said. That's fair. Wait, he was? I thought for some reason when we were talking about that shortly around the time Kanye went on Tim Pool, we covered it. And I thought maybe that he got banned. I could be thinking incorrectly, but I thought for some reason he got banned, at least at one point. Now, again, I don't pay enough attention, but yeah, this is pretty much this guy. This is why I think this person is actually like I asked them one day if they were like right? And they answered in a way I think they might actually be. From the yeah, here we go. Joseph will know. Oh, okay. So he was banned at one point, not anymore. Okay. See, that's why I don't follow Kanye. I don't care. From the purest libertarian's position, copyright law is unethical. However, a lot of people called libertarians don't care about anything but money, so they will use the laws that work for them. Huh. Isn't that ironic? There's a bit of irony in there, isn't there? And again, he calls himself a libertarian. Whether or not you believe that is up to you. Yeah, if Brie Larson did this, people would be fucking going wild. Right? People would be fucking going. If anybody, that's why I used Pregnant Joker as an example. If anybody did what he did, if any mainstream did what he did, people would be losing their minds. People would be calling it beyond hypocritical. And I actually want to show you this one too. Now here's another one. This will be the last one, and then we'll go to Eric's actual video. So got another one, right? Here, this may be the same one, but there is more information here, right? I don't know if he got two or if he's just reposting it. I think he's just reposting it. Okay. What I want to show you is this. I know you can't really read it, so it's fine. This is, do you see this image right here? I'll try to zoom in a little. Now you see this image? This image is the image that Dane was speaking of. Oops, I forgot to take that off the screen. This is the image that Dane made. So it says, let's try to read it. Now you can read the comic book everyone's talking about for free. ISM. Yeah, it wasn't a meme. That's exactly what this is. This is a meme. Not a very good one, right? Not a very good. I'm not saying it's a good meme. I'm saying it was his attempt at a meme. It was an attempt. An attempt was made, sci-fi. But it wasn't well done. Yeah. ISM 1 made nearly 4 million, putting the mainstream comics industry on notice. I can't really read this. If you thought the $35 price tag was too steep, but something. And then he links to the sites. That's where the issue was. Now, if you'll notice here, the issue is these sites, to my understanding, because this is a public image. I remember seeing this quite a bit in the first ISOM campaign, and this is just the front of the cover, right? So there should be no reason. This had to have been not for copyright. This had to have been maybe because of this. This is the one I don't necessarily agree with, but also at the same time, it makes Eric look really, really fucking petty. Really. Is the logo edited? I don't think so. It says Rippaverse. And it says ISOM. And this logo says I don't think so. But this is the issue here, right? Is these are it's these websites. There is a back and forth with this, right? Because having other people read it also gets the word out there to a point. And this is a really good point. If Eric cared, why is ISOM number 1 still on the pirated sites? It has been there since at least July 13th. So it's been a while. Wow. So, okay. Today is August 3rd. Why is it still up on the site? Shouldn't Eric have taken action by now? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't think the issue is that it's on the pirated site. He's made his money. ISOM number 1 has done well. I don't think that's the issue. I think it's going after people where he thinks he has justifiable means to censor them. I really do. What are you doing? Quit it. You little shit. Okay. Fine. I'm sorry, Samuel. I'm sorry. I was on the other one. I was on the other tab, and that's why I didn't see it. The issue could be making the fake promo. It's not a leak. I mean, that's not you can't, it's satire, right? You can't go after somebody for making a fake promo. You can say this isn't me. You can do a bunch of stuff. I think it's the websites, personally. And here's the thing. A lot of these people that claim they are pro free speech are not. Right? They're not. They're just simply not. They're just anti the other team. And I've noticed, like I said, we showed the one from Ethan. It's team politics. It's tribalism at its finest. That's all it is. Like, if this was anybody else, they would be condemning it. 100% condemning it. But now that it's Eric July, and he's probably the most successful person in Comicsgate, not probably, he most definitely is. They are all going to defend him, because if not, they'll have his fans upset. They'll rile up an issue. It's ridiculous, honestly, in my opinion. But I don't know how you can defend this. I'm not going to lie. But Rippa's going to try. Rippa's going to try. And we're going to take a look at it. I do think this is pretty much this is pretty much it. Tribalism, truly what's wrong with this day and age. Yeah, there is an issue of, like, you can be loyal to your friends, right? Bianca, for example, right? She's one of my good friends. If I'm wrong, she's gonna fucking tell me. And she has. Like, not even that long ago. There's no issue there. There's a difference between blind loyalty and friendship. You know what I mean? Eric is as much as Comicsgate as Clownfish is. Oh yeah, I mean, they're I don't know as much about Clownfish. Yeah, they all run together. That's what I mean. So yeah, same thing. I don't think Clownfish is. Wait. I don't think Clownfish is. I think you're wrong, Reese. I don't think Clownfish is Comicsgate. Maybe they are. They seem a bit more sensible than those in Comicsgate, but not always. I don't know. Clownfish isn't. That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought. That's why I asked Reese. I don't fucking know. I gotta ask you guys sometimes. Sometimes I have no idea. Neither is Comicsgate. What the? Oh, that's what you were saying. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Okay. I apologize. All right. Wait, no, but Eric is always on with Ethan and stuff, and they're always talking. I don't think I've ever seen Clownfish. I don't know. Comicsgate is not really like Comicsgate. That's stupid, right? Because here's the thing about Comicsgate. Once you get labeled Comicsgate, you'll always be Comicsgate. That's the problem with Comicsgate. Because I supported a lot of their comics in the past, I will forever be labeled Comicsgate. If you run around with them, you will like Eric, right? You will forever be labeled it. You will. That's the problem. People don't necessarily realize they're doing it, but they still do. Yeah, I don't think what's his name?
Again, I apologize for having the world's most retarded detractors. This is actually going to be one of the last videos that I do kind of on this topic for a little bit, maybe a month or so. We need to be talking about ice something too. We're going to be engaging and interacting with the fans because that's what matters and that's of the utmost importance. Now, I'm gonna set the scene for you. Last couple of days, there have been guys that have gone on like a pirate campaign. Let's just call it exactly what it is. These idiots have gone out of their way to try to, affect the pockets of the company, pirating the site, admitting to it, and more so encouraging people to.
Now that's fair. I think that's 100% fair on one of the issues. Encouraging it 100% fair for Dane. Again, that is the only one I can even see where he has a point. He not linked, but he put it in the image. His little really meme thing he tried to do. He did put the website on there. That is one where I could see, but you've got this Streisand effect, right? You've got this Streisand effect where basically when you start striking down in this fashion and pro freedom of speech people see it in your audience, people that are not okay with this kind of stuff see it because you keep doing it, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Who do exactly that. Others just posting several. I'm talking like on upwards of 30 pages or more of this.
Remember when I said pay attention to how many panels and pages were posted? Remember why I said that would be important? I want you to hear this.
Posting several. I'm talking like on upwards of 30 pages or more.
Vicky posted 6 panels. Now, again, because it's taken down, I'm taking her word for it. She said she posted 6 pages of Spawn #1 and compared them to 6 individual panels from ISOM. The one panel we saw that was really silly to copy strike, that one that it said about BVS, that one was so dumb to copy strike. That was one singular panel. The one from Dane, now the only one we don't have an idea about how much was actually posted, and I find it very hard to wait. Does out of general curiosity for those of you on Twitter, you did see those tweets, so you can confirm. For those of you on Twitter, is it now when I post on my community post, I'm only allowed to attach 5 images. Is there a limit on Twitter as to how many images? Oh, you saw the Spawn comparison ones. Okay. Wait. Hold on. This is super important. Tristan, hold up. Got a little breaking MK1 news. Mortal Kombat 1 reveal trailer at EVO tomorrow. Fucking tomorrow! Bitches, it's gonna be Reptile. It's gonna be Reptile. We're gonna get Reptile. He's already teasing it. Yes, thank you so much, Samuel. That's fucking awesome. Okay, 4 images per tweet. Okay. 4 images per tweet. Wait. Onaga confirmed. I've been saying it since the beginning. Onaga confirmed. I cannot fucking wait. EVO is a game conference that starts tomorrow. Goes all weekend. I cannot fucking wait. Yes. Yeah. You know what's gonna be ironic is once Mortal Kombat comes out and Combat Pack 2 is here, and I own, and I mean obliterate, massively destroy Joseph with Harley Quinn. That's gonna be ironic. Just saying.
Of this book for everybody to see, even though we've not released any digital copies or anything like that. And Twitter took some of those guys down as far as the post. Only been like a few guys that have done that.
Wait. There's another misleading thing. Okay, first off, thank you guys. I did not know you can post 4 images. So on YouTube, it's 5. Twitter, I guess it's 4. I showed you that there was 6 from Vicky, 6 panels, not pages. Remember, panels. 1 from that other person. Thomas, we don't know. So it looks like he's misleading his audience right off the bat. Also, here he goes again, misleading them completely.
Guys down as far as the post. Only been like anything like that. And Twitter took some of those guys down as far.
Twitter didn't take those guys down. That's a straight up lie. He took them down. He did it. If you don't feel bad about it, at least if you think you're justified, if you think what you are doing is justified, why say Twitter took them down, right? Why say that? I don't get it. Yes, I read the trailer leaks, but I still want it to be Onaga. I still do, even though I know it's going to be probably General Shao, Havoc, Rico. Wait, was it Havoc? I don't remember. Rico, Reptile. The art that Ed Boon shared as Reptile was absolutely stunning.
As far as the post, only been like a few guys that have done that.
Technically, Twitter did take them down from the technical standpoint. No, he took them down. Twitter would have never taken them down had he not intercepted, right? He had to request them to be taken down. He had to go in and physically and manually request for those to be taken down. So from a technical standpoint, it was him that took them down. I understand what you're trying to say, but he took them down. What I think what you're saying is, from a technical standpoint, Twitter took them down at his request. So technically he's correct. It's also very misleading.
Now, for whatever reason, there of course are a handful of idiots that are trying to spin this as all he's trying to silence his critics. And as if these guys haven't been talking for the last year about ISOM 1 and talking down.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair to my understanding. I don't know about all of them. Now, I think for sure the Vito has been talking about him for a long time. I do know that. Because even Vito came to my channel and was like, "Wah, wah, how could you like ISOM?" Okay. Now I don't know about that Thomas. I don't know about Vicky. I don't know about that other random one that made no sense to copyright strike. I don't know about that one. So I can at least give them the benefit of the doubt because I know people like Dane and Vito have.
You haven't been taken down, have you? You can say it sucks. You can say it's trash. You can think it's the worst thing in the world. Nobody's knocking that. Even if you're posting like a panel or two, nobody's knocking you for that. I mean, but yeah, you're not smarter than our lawyers, number one. And this isn't.
Wait. Even if you post a panel or two, but we did see proof that it was only people posting a panel or two, and you still took them down. I made the Rippaverse. What the fuck? Those people are obsessed with Eric. I think it's just Eric, to be honest with you, but regardless. Hey, good news. You made the Rippaverse goalpost timeline again. The new copyright goalpost is spreading. Okay. Cool story.
In the case of what's going to the government, anything. This is Twitter's specific policy. They talk about it on the fair use policy. You can look it up yourself. If you were sharing like small excerpts and talking about it, that's one thing. But
that's exactly what they did, though.
The whole damn material.
Nobody shared the whole damn material. Now, again, Dane linked to the copy ones, right? To the pirated ones, but nobody did. None of the other ones did. We've already proven that.
Or bulk of the material is a problem, and you cannot do that. Could you imagine someone? And it's funny, people are like, well, it doesn't matter how it was ethically, if it was unethically sourced or something, that doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, a movie studio.
Okay, then what he's saying here is his whole video about Naughty Dog is complete and utter bullshit. What he's saying is his shit from about Naughty Dog was complete and utter bullshit. They should have been able to copyright strike everyone. Rules for thee, but not for me, right? Rules for thee, but not for me. Oh my God. Okay, thanks, guys. That is fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Look. That is fucking awesome. I love free advertisement. I love free advertisement. Like, seriously, who do I think? That's awesome. Not only that, but like, you probably sent a few people here. How I'm so mad I'm gonna get more views. You're always hating on Rippa. Oh, this was that guy that was mad that I said one teeny tiny thing. That I said his book was mid. Okay.
Video is going to allow you, just because you got it from someone else, to post, like, let's say even if it's 20 to 25% of a movie that's out.
Wait. There was a few. This is the dishonest nature right here. Unless he can prove that somebody put that much out, he's lying. I saw it and came here. Thank you, Sci-Fi. That's fucking awesome. Bye, Otis. That's fucking awesome. That makes him a day. But unless he can prove that, I've got to, at least at the bare minimum, assume that he's being a bit dishonest. Simply because everything we've seen and everything I've shown you today says the opposite. Besides the Dane tweet, which I wouldn't have personally done that because that's wild to me to use the copyright system to silence anybody. But I can see why maybe he would go, hey, no, maybe this isn't cool. Probably should have went after the source instead of the meme, but regardless, it's clear, like, besides that one, all of the other ones, nobody posted 25%. Earlier, he said a third. He said panels and panels. I've shown you that's not true.
That they haven't released, like, and even if you're talking, yeah, they're gonna let you do it. No, of course it's not gonna happen. In fact, let me show you guys something right here. This is actually one of my biggest detractors. Let's listen to what he said about what happened.
No, please. We're not doing this again. Hold on.
Defend him a bit, okay? Where there were two, I'm gonna help him out. Special images. Oh, look, wow!
I'm not putting you guys through this again. I promise.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
Okay,
before.
so you see that right now. That was one of the biggest detractors that have done that. And again, there were other guys that are just sharing a bunch of pages off of it, specifically from the same pirate site that he's referencing.
But what we've seen actually contradicts that, right? What we've seen actually contradicts that. Now, I am more than willing to put my foot in my mouth and say I was wrong if someone can prove that it was pages and pages and pages. But what we've seen is actually just that it was from the images that, like, if you look here, you can't see. So on this one, you can't see an amount of images. Now, you guys said you can do up to 4. Now, on the one of Vicky's, you can see there's 2 images. And on, let me see if I can find that one. Actually, I think she emailed it to me. Let me double check. Yeah. I better zoom in. Okay. You can see here that this is 2 images. You can see here that this was 2 images. And again, bye, Bonk. You can see that what he's saying is not, at least for these certain situations, that's not true. Samuel says, I can prove that, but I find nothing. And you know how I go to researching and finding sources. They are just not there. That's kind of what I suspected. I mean, Samuel is always on the fucking ball. If he can't find them, my guess is it's not true. But he's going to go with the narrative of it was the whole book. It was part of the book. It was this. It was that. All right.
This isn't like them even taking a picture of their own book or anything and just having some discussion. Now, of course, again, you got idiots saying he's a hypocrite and all that. Like, I've never done that. When I was doing reviews for Marvel, that was all material that I bought. And
now, that I agree with. He probably bought the books he initially did when he used to do reviews. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. But all of the other stuff that he's talked about, I don't believe that you've bought. I don't believe that you bought Pregnant Joker or Harley Quinn or Superman, Red, White, and Blue. I don't believe you. I simply, you don't obviously, I'm nobody, right? But I just don't simply believe that that's true. I believe you found those images on Twitter. Because why would you go and buy the book for one panel to make a video about, right? It doesn't make sense. I don't believe that. Oh, yeah, that's a good example, too. Catwoman Lonely City for Fat Ivy. That book was great, by the way. So what you're saying here is either you're a hypocrite or you support the mainstream comic industry on a normal basis. Because that would mean that you buy comics every week because you cover comics, this little piece or that little piece every single week. Like, this is having your cake and eating it too. Right? This is having your cake and eating it too. It's got to be one way or the other. Fucking Sino. Don't we all suck? I mean, I suck. I suck good. The cake is a lie. The cake is absolutely a lie.
Wouldn't do something as silly as go through the entire book or even the majority of the book or a decent chunk of it like that.
But that's again, do you notice how this is the third time in 3 minutes he's said it was the most of the book? Or a decent chunk of the book, or the majority of the book. It simply was not. Because my guess is people could justify it more if that were true. It's just not. It's just not.
They would strike you. Marvel's known for doing this. The DC was known for doing stuff like
another fucking lie. Okay. Ridiculous. Okay, hold on. Fucking ridiculous. Hold on. My channel is a it started out as a comic book channel. Now it's kind of pop culture, gaming, and comics. But I have reviewed. My channel will be 5 years old next month. Holy fuck. That's a long time. We're going to have to do something fun. Okay. I have reviewed thousands, I'm guessing. Listen to what he says.
Majority of the book or a decent chunk of it like that. They would strike you. Marvel's known for doing this. The DC was known for doing stuff like that. So even when I did.
No, they are absolutely not. I have reviewed hundreds, if not thousands, of comic books. Robert has reviewed way more than I have. Like, what's your Pro Teaches Noobs app? And that's just your newer series? That's not counting old stuff? Comic Boom. Rocky. He comes on here all the time. He reviews 25 comics a week from not only Marvel, but Image, DC, Boom, AWA, Aftershock. Comic Breakdown. Probably 5 books a week he reviews. Strange Brain Parts. Reviews compendiums each week. Samuel says here, 263. Yeah, 263. Never got a copyright strike, right? Never been silenced, right? Your boy Zach never got a DMCA strike for reviewing comics. He was reading them and tearing them apart. That's what, never got one. That is a complete and utter lie. That is a complete and utter lie. Now, I will tell you of one situation I know of that somebody did get struck. Besides myself, then I'll tell you that one. It was Comic Breakdown, and I believe it was Invincible, and it was right before the show came out, so they were trying, I guess, to avoid spoilers. He had an issue. He fixed it, and that was it. Now, I have gotten struck one time, and one time only, when reviewing comics. And oddly enough, it's very telling who it was because this behavior is very similar. Now, I reviewed the book Black. And if you're unfamiliar with that book, probably good. It's by Kwanzaa Asefo. He did Black AF. He did a little bit of a line with that series. It was where only Black people got powers. It was not a great concept, not a great execution either. And that is the only time I have gotten a copyright strike. Well, not the only time, but the only time for a comic book, right? I got a takedown, a copyright takedown, not strike. Well, I don't know what I think I got both. They took it down and I fought it. No, I didn't fight it. I just let it go because I didn't care because the book was terrible anyway. Holy shit, I can't even remember. Did I fight it? That was so long ago. That was like 4 years ago. I think I fought it. And I don't know if I ever looked back at it. But regardless, fake holiday. Yeah, just some guy calls him. Yeah, and what's weird is I think just some guy also, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he also got a copyright strike from him at one point too. So the only time I have ever gotten a copyright strike isn't from the thousands of Marvel or DC comics like he claims. It's from an independent creator like himself that couldn't take the criticism of his book. There's a pattern forming here. Just saying. There's a pattern forming.
It show like certain pages. Of course, there was material that I specifically bought. I never would tell people go pirate stuff or do anything like that. I've never done that with movies even. I just don't see them. If I'm not going to see them, I don't see them. Even like other material where I would share, like to say someone posted something on Twitter and I'll share excerpt of it or something that I didn't actually have, which didn't happen that often. That's all that I did. I left it contained to that.
So what's the difference between that little excerpt that he shared from Twitter and them sharing something they saw on Twitter? Out of curiosity, what is the difference? I'm not sure there is one. I think it's just so reviews some material you don't fully agree with. Makes you more open-minded. I do every single week. Welcome. I even reviewed ISM. I review stuff every single week I don't agree with or don't like. Or don't agree, like, is independent and maybe I wouldn't support them. Yeah, do it all the time, buddy.
That. So if I was talking about that panel or even that page, that was it. And again, if you do that, that's neither here nor there. But that's not what's happening. Let's just be completely.
That is what's happening, though, right? That is, in a sense, in most of these situations, exactly what is happening. Exactly what happened. And I will show you again. It was one panel, no different than, actually, I would say shorter than a lot of the panels that are covered, right? What was the point of this one? I don't understand this one at all. It makes no sense. Unless you just wanted to shut people up. That's the only thing I can think of. This live is pointless. Thank you. But you still gave me views. You still interacted with the video. You still pushed my video in the algorithm. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. But also, I privated my video on ISM. I'm not going to be stupid. I'm not going to be stupid. So if I bought some pages of if I bought ISM and shared images and picked that up and shared those images and so on, you realize what not this is. Yes. Yes, I absolutely do. And that's why this is so dumb, right? This is so dumb. This is taken down for nothing. Now, could there be more? Maybe. But clearly, it looks like it was one single image. I don't get it. Tomorrow, Pro teaches noob. I chose Teenage Mutant Ninja. Fuck my life. Oh, I'm just kidding. That's awesome. Thank you, Robert. I'm totally joking. I enjoyed the last Ronin actually quite a bit. Or wait. Yeah, the last Ronin, not last year's. I don't know anything about that one yet, but regardless, it's not there is more. Stop lying. Prove it. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Because I've shown everything I can find. Everything I can find. And if the proof is out there, Eric should have it. Eric should have it, right? But again, he's not showing that proof. He's just telling you.
Be honest about this. Talking about some censorship where he's trying to censor his critics again. You guys have been knocking this company for the last year. None of you got struck. None of you got struck. You only got struck when you tried to pirate it and you bragged about it and you did and you made a fool. Twitter, obviously, they don't allow you to do that. Now, what I find ironic.
Again, when it comes to Dane's terrible like meme thing, yeah, I kind of get why he was irritated with that. I get it. I wouldn't have done that myself, but I can at least understand that one. I already proved you wrong. You ignored it. Where? Go ahead. Show me. I'll look through what you said. Let's see here. Let's look at all your comments. Yeah, ignore the entire comment. Hold on. Let's see. Wait, you saying that the Geek Getaways is proof? That's not proof. That's not proof of anything, right? That's on YouTube. That would fuck with his channel. He doesn't want to fuck with his channel, right? And I'm pretty sure I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the Geek Getaway, did he do like a live, like a reading? Like a cam reading thing? I don't know. That's not proof of anything. That's ridiculous to think that that's proof. Prove, if you want to prove me wrong, prove that it was 25% of the book, 30% of the book, that it was more than just a panel here and there.
This is coming from the same group of weirdos who last year when PayPal held up a $1.something million of our deal, it was always, well, that's their policy, right? Because you can't do this, even though they got it wrong. You had some people saying, well, it's because of pre-orders. It had nothing to do with why they were holding it.
I'm not familiar with it. I remember that situation, but I have no idea how that was resolved. Was that a hold on it because of the amount? I remember there was a hold on it and I don't remember exactly why. I'm trying to think. I mean, I remember him saying they had a hold and that I remember him saying that they were like taking your money or something, but I don't remember the situation.
But that was okay, right? That was okay. That wasn't censorship or anything of that nature, despite holding that much money that could have derailed our business. That was okay. It was the same group of people, but now
well, yeah, that is a bit hypocritical if that's what they said. Now, I don't know that that's exactly what they said. I'm pretty sure I think I do remember Vicky saying something along those lines, right? That is a bit ironic, isn't it?
Try to jack the company stuff, and now all of a sudden it's a problem, right? Or it's a problem when you got called out on it, dudes. It's hilarious. Say it's the worst thing in the world. You can talk down as much as you want. That is fine. Nobody's knocking you for that. But come on, let's at least be honest here. And just because you think other people, even people that are, let's say, cool with me, do that stuff, you have never heard me advocate for piracy or anything of that nature.
I don't know how I feel about piracy. Hey, where did it go? Oh, there we go. Okay. I think there is I think that there is some ethical issues with piracy, but then I'm also like, hey, I'm gonna go sail the high seas and watch this movie, right? So I'm a hypocrite there. I'll completely admit that. Wait, hold on. Eric used PayPal to take pre-orders, even though PayPal policy is that you cannot accept money for an item you don't intend to ship within the next 30 days. Oh, okay. They held the money and wouldn't let him withdraw it until he gave proof the orders had shipped. Okay. So that, I mean, it's, if that was it and he shipped it, that seems legit. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, you said, can you accept money for wait, hold on. Can you accept money for pre-orders on PayPal?
According to PayPal community, a seller might use the money from the pre-sale of an item.
It has to be within 20 days.
PayPal permits
Okay.
pre-sales on a limited basis as long as the seller.
I mean, obviously, this isn't like deep research about the topic, but you can do pre-sale as long PayPal limits pre-sales is only if the sale is within 20 days of the date of purchase. So because it was more than 20 days, that seems like what is going on here, and that's straight from the PayPal website. And that's how you solve this. PayPal/community.com. You've got an acceptable solution. I mean, that seems pretty straight to that. I don't know. Again, it's veto. I don't know. But looking at the PayPal website, it does look like that's what they're saying. Regardless, I don't think they should have held this money anyway. That seems kind of stupid to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's got to be a better alternative to PayPal sometimes. But PayPal's also really, 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 unfortunately, very, very convenient. I do think that is really silly of a policy. 20 days is very slow. Oh, he tried to claim it was because of politics? Oh, God. I mean, that is the conservative thing to do, right? Claim they're being politically censored. But it does look like it was their policy. Regardless, I don't have a strong opinion on that either way, just because I remember talking about the situation. I don't cover Eric July like people like Vito do and stuff like that. Like, if it becomes relevant, I'll cover it. But if it's just shit like that, I don't care. I remember, okay, so he did claim it was political. Shut up. Oh, God. That's so cringy, you guys. That's so fucking cringy.
It's one thing, again, for you to share an image. That's your business. But to sit up here and like try to share the entire.
Wait, hold on. Let me get this guy. He hasn't proven anything, by the way. He doesn't have to prove that, huh? You'll just take your word for it. No, I literally said I don't have a strong opinion on it because I don't know. But I looked up myself. I looked it up, and the policy says 20 days. That's proof right there. Now, I'm still waiting for the proof for you that it was a big portion of the book. I literally said in the stream earlier about Vito, I said, and you can rewind, it's pretty close to the beginning. Yesterday, somebody brought it up in the stream when it said it all started, and I seen the source was Vito, and I didn't trust it. I gave Eric the benefit of the doubt that he wouldn't go this low. I was wrong because a lot of, more has come out since then. But that's literally what I said. talking about the politics claim, not that. Oh, the politics claim? Well, Robert said he said it too. We can that's easy to look up. I'm sure the video is still on here. We'll look here in a minute.
Entire book, again, that we never released digitally. And on top of that, encouraging people to do so, you admitting that you got it from a pirate, like that's and sharing like several.
Okay. Again, with Dane, I can see his point. You know what my issue with you is, Vito. I literally, again, in the beginning said, I don't actually have a problem with Vito. I agree with a lot of his videos. I think they're entertaining. His book looks good. But you know what my issue is. Now, what the fuck did he say?
Encouraging people to do so, you admitting that you got it from a pirate, like that's and
okay, Dane, yes, I can see, but the rest of them, again, I can show you. I can show you again. Where did this person admit that they got it from a pirate site? This is the most milquetoast fucking criticism I have seen. This is the most milquetoast thing I have seen. What? This is basic as fuck. How can you think that this is something? And again, he's going with that thing. Oh, it's only it's half the book. It's this instead. Again, I can show Vicky 2 images. That last one I just showed you, 1 image, and it wasn't even a very good one. Right? This is a narrative crafting lesson 101. Make it seem way worse than what it is in hopes that people won't question it.
And sharing like several full pages of the book is a completely different animal.
Several whole pages of the book. Again, I'll eat my words. I have no problem doing it. I've done it a million times on this channel. Right? Prove it. Because what we're seeing is exact opposite. It's just a teeny little excerpt saying, what is this BVS? And then I know Vicky's was her comparing ISOM to Spawn. That's it. Samuel said, okay, Tristan, there's a video from June 27th, okay, that has over 1K views that show whole pages, including the cover. Wait, what? Hold on, let me look at what you're talking about. Are you talking about on my channel or on somebody else's?
Right, that's a complete, and obviously you're doing it in bad faith as well. Nonetheless, we're gonna start focusing on our fans. We're gonna start focusing on supporters. ISOM 2 is on a...
No, you're not understanding. You're not understanding. I already told you the Geek Getaway has more pages and shown his okay, we'll take a look at that. Hold on. Let's actually do that. Let's do that real quick. I don't think you're understanding the point is the Geek Getaway ISOM. ISOM 2, Dick and Vito were right. Welcome to the Rippaverse. Oh, welcome to the Rippaverse. Let's see.
It seems like, you know, I don't know.
Okay.
This shit.
Got
and how long is
Don't read ISOM proper origin. We don't know anything about his powers.
Got nothing
His
there.
desk. Wow, exciting. Darren.
Got nothing
What?
there.
Or this is a
Welcome to the
special beings
Rippaverse.
Accepts
Oh, I've seen this video.
the middle of the this
Got nothing
96
there. Like, I can keep going. Welcome to the Rippaverse. Okay.
So we're gonna take a number one trailer. Selling well. It's
okay.
never.
Okay. Where is it? Because I don't see it, buddy. And regardless that you're not, I don't know if you're doing this on purpose or on accident. You're not understanding the point here. Yeah, there's nothing, buddy. It was a nice try. It was a nice try. I tried. First video. All right. I'll give you one more chance.
What's up, meatbags? It's
This is all just campaign stuff. This is literally all just campaign stuff. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and derail that. No way you skip the whole video. It's all campaign stuff. It's literally all campaign stuff. I can show you, like, it's literally all right campaign stuff. But hey, you tried. Wait. Who? Notice these guys refuse to answer my questions about DC Marvel striking down their channel. They can't. Because they don't do that. Because that's silly. That's really, really dumb to do. Because it doesn't happen. Like, I'm legitimately trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here, but there's nothing. Like, Geek Getaway is obsessed with fucking Amico, and I never even know what the fuck that shit is. Like some sort of gaming thing. But Isam is here. Okay. So he bought it. Okay. Okay. I don't know what your point is here. What's an Amico? It's like, I don't really know, to be perfectly honest with you. It is, here's the review video. Okay, awesome. It's your channel. It is some sort of like console thing. I gotta click on the link. That's why I'm going here. Holy shit! For future Rippaverse covers or pinup. Wait, hold on. That looks to be about it. Okay, so he took pictures of his own book. Okay. And he showed a couple of them. Like, again, just a couple here. I don't see the issue here. I don't see how this is any, how this is, wait, am I sharing my screen? Oh shit, I thought I wasn't sharing my screen the whole time. Wait, was I sharing my screen? Son of a bitch, I wasn't. Hold on, I'll show you guys. I'm so sorry. I thought I was. Okay, now you can see him. He took pictures, it looks like, with his phone. That was the one character I will say that I was actually interested in. I won't support Eric, though. He took pictures with his phone and showed a couple of them. It proves Eric's point. No, it doesn't prove Eric's point. This isn't Twitter. This is YouTube, right? This is YouTube. Eric said that they showed everything, right? They showed a bunch of panels on Twitter. And they showed like one and he copyright struck them. He can't do that the same on YouTube. It is completely different. And he took pictures of his own book. Again, completely different. That proves nothing. But hey, you tried. I'll give you props. At least you did try. Right? The Amico is a game console made by a loud idiot who's bad at business. It's interesting for the same reason ISOM is. Oh, okay. Okay. I always see Tony talking about it, and I'm always so confused. And again, I agree with Michael here. To be fair, Rippaverse is small business and more vulnerable to malicious criticism than Marvel. Not really. Not really. You have to reap what I agree with you to a point. Okay, you have to reap what you sow. Rippa built his brand on bashing Marvel and DC. He couldn't expect, and never was silenced for it, right? Never was silenced for using a picture off of Twitter from a comic website, which obviously he admitted in that video he took pictures off of Twitter and made videos about it, right? Never once did he get silenced for it. Never once did he get copyright struck for it. Because I'm sure if he did, then he would have certainly said so in the video. And Furious makes a really good point here. He's not really indie anymore. He is indie, but he's like become the person that all canceled people go to. I seen Joe Bennett is going there. And then he had Cliff. I really like Cliff Richards. I liked his protocol. What was it? 22? I don't remember. I read it a long time ago. But bashing or speaking their opinions. But here's the thing. Isn't that exactly what they were doing to him? That is exactly what these people were doing about him. They were giving their opinion, right? Like the one was super fucking milquetoast too. And he still silenced them because he shared a screenshot on his phone. Just giving their opinions. This is mundane Matt levels of bad. I'm sorry. I think it's really, really low. And Matt has built his thing back up. I understand that. But it's extremely fucking low to copyright strike somebody that shares an image on Twitter. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can, like, if you think that's okay, that's fine. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm not here to change your mind. But he's using this for it. Rip was really good about anybody that gives him criticism, and I mean anybody, right? Anybody that gives him criticism. He has this weird, like, okay, I showed you guys earlier, that goalpost website, right? He has this weird way of trying, and I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or if he's willfully ignorant to the fact that they definitely try to silence anybody that's critical, and this is just a step above that. Comic fans, I like how you put fans in quotation marks, like I'm not a comic book fan, doesn't know what indie is anymore. I'm just using indie in the sense of non-mainstream, right? Not Image, not Marvel, not DC, not Aftershock, not AWA. He does this thing like, I'll end up every once in a while, like once every 6 months on that thing, that website, right? Because his fans can't take any criticism of his behavior. any criticism, but it's okay when he does it, right? It's completely fine if Eric criticizes a book, even if he is incorrect about the book or leaves out context, right? That's fine. But when it happens to him, he copyright strikes people. That's where I have the issue. The issue is in the hypocrisy. The issue is in the fact that, well, is ISOM even on number 1? Can you still buy it even? I'm not even sure you can still buy it. Maybe you can on the website, probably. But he should have gone to the source. He shouldn't have tried. If he was going to do that, he should have copyright struck everybody, and he didn't. He just copyrighted people that were critical of him, right? It wasn't people that were singing his praises. It was only people he didn't like. That's where I have the issue. Eric becomes the cancel culture. Yep. The person that's complained about free speech, and I get it's an IP issue, not necessarily a free speech issue. But it's one and the same, right? Has now become what he hated. That is insane to me. Well, I appreciate that. And again, here's the thing. His book wasn't as bad as a lot of people are making it out to be, right? A lot of people, including Vito, who was here earlier, do a lot of weird like gaslighting of this book. Like, he was a manager and he got mad and beat somebody. That's not what happened. It's not what happened. It's not what happened. My issue, okay, so yeah, you can still buy cover number 1. My issue is the hypocrisy in it all. It's a 3 out of 10. I would say it was more. I think I gave it a 5. I think I gave it a 5. I didn't think it was that awful. It did take me 3 reads to get through, right? But that's also, it's 90 something pages. It wasn't as bad as what people make it out to be. Maybe that also speaks volumes in a way, because maybe it's because I read so many mainstream comics. It was nice to have something a little bit different, right? Even if it was based off of X-Men, clearly, and based off of, I would say, a lot of his design for ISOM. I don't know that he necessarily had it in mind, but I think a lot of the design, 6 out of 10. Okay, that sounds about right. That's probably what I gave it. But a lot of the design, I think, I'm not gonna lie, it looks a lot to me like Darius from Mortal Kombat, right? It looked a lot to me like Darius from Mortal Kombat. And there was a lot of stuff that could have been taken out in it. And that was more of the farming stuff, because it was inconsequential to the plot. And I think he was probably setting up another character story arc, but you gotta learn that balancing act of setting up while also entertaining. And in that kind of gray area where we had the farmer stuff wasn't really entertaining. It was a bit painful to get through. Now the Yara stuff, the fact that the villain might be some sort of either human traffic or he's clearly using these women, like that to me was more entertaining than the rest of the book. And then the idea of this rock band stuff at the end. I love music. I love when people integrate music into their comics. So I thought that was really cool too. Other than that, it was a little it was fine. It was fine. Now, again, that may speak volumes to the comics because I read a lot of comics, and some of them have been just getting worse and worse, right? Some of them just have been getting worse, and I definitely want something that's entertaining, and it feels like the only way, a lot of times, not the only way, but like, I mean, DC has really dropped the ball. The DC is not what they were 2-3 years ago. Dark Knight's Death Metal. I mean, even going back further than that, 52. It just, some books are very entertaining and very good, and it really feels like that's not how it is anymore. And it's getting frustrating. So the Sokas are going, maybe, I don't know. I actually, because that became a thing, people were saying, human trafficker. Who is a human trafficker? Nobody came to that. I think it was Vito, actually. It was either Vito or Tony that said, nobody came to that conclusion but you. Every other reviewer never said that. And I'm like, that doesn't make them right? So I actually asked Eric, and he said it'll be, because I always try to be fair. I always try to go to people for comment before talking about them. So even when people hate me, I'll email them and ask them for comment. I feel like that's only fair to do. So not only before I reviewed the comic did I ask Eric, but before going live today, I emailed him yesterday actually and asked him for a comment. But then he came out with this video, so that worked out better anyways. But the thing is just because nobody came out to that storyline, there was like clearly something going on. There was clearly something going on. For anybody that read the book knows exactly what I mean. The character Jasmine, there was something clearly going on. And I do agree. I think Vito has a point here, right? It's this endless cycle. And that's really what, not only did I get not sick of it, but got irritated by mainstream comics. But there's this endless cycle, right? Vito is following in Eric's footstep. While Eric sold ISAM by trashing Marvel, Vito is selling his comic by trashing ISAM, right? Hey, Tony, we went over your channel for a second. It's an endless cycle of, hey, this book sucks, buy mine, right? And again, I will be very fair here. I think Vito's book looks great. The art looks wonderful. The story looked very good. Again, I already said my issue with Vito. I already said it. You guys already know. I don't need to repeat myself. I am not afraid to debate ISAM. I have no problem doing that. The only problem is our schedules are conflicting. I have days available and you have nights available. Get your shit together, Tony. Get your shit together. So yeah, it's an endless cycle of, this is bad, buy mine. And it's not just Vito, and it's not just Eric that does it, right? They all do it. And I think that's what's so great about people like, we mentioned that Neil Gaiman, Good Omens book, right? That's selling on quality. Sean Gordon Murphy, who Samuel mentions here, sold on quality. Noctera, which you guys I seen mentioning, that Kickstarter, when it started, sold on quality. Coffin Comics, if you guys are familiar with Coffin Comics, they do a lot of crowdfunded stuff. Sells on quality. Merc Magazine, Born of Blood, exactly. Such a great example. How does this book sell, right? They used to review books every week. They'd read everything and tell you, but they didn't use that as a plot point, right? Sold on quality. It can be done. Iconic Comics, great example. Great example. Sold on quality. But these people, it's an easier route to say, hey, this is bad. Buy my book. It's so much easier. And it's a shame. It's a shame because then you get shit like this endless cycle of hating each other. This endless cycle of copyright abuse. This endless cycle of, I don't know. I don't know. This endless cycle of drama. Don't get me wrong, I'll cover it. But I just think it's silly. I think Eric in this moment, and this can be for you, Rippa Goalpost, are you listening? I know you are. This is the lowest he could have gone. Aside from Dane, this is the lowest he could have gone. He broke the one cardinal sin of content creation, and that is silencing your critics. Silencing your critics through means of extorting the copyright system. And the funny thing is every time there's a review bomb or there's something like that, they're like, it's not a review bomb, it's actually just fans. Well, maybe these people are just actually looking at it. You can't, I understand, like, you're trying to pretend like, you know, these critics are not in bad faith, but that's exactly what you are. You're in bad faith when you're saying these review bombs don't happen or something along those lines. It's just weak. It's just fucking weak sauce. And it makes you look even worse. Like, Dane likes hanging out at daycare. Oh my God. Yeah. It's weak. And the point is, it's so weak. He looked really bad before when every single person, this will be my last rant, I promise, guys. Every single person that criticized ISAM, he made a video about, right? Every single person. Can you imagine if a comic pro had done that? If Vita Ayla made a video every time somebody criticized one of her books. Can you imagine how that would look if she started monetizing their haters and every time someone said a mean tweet, they made a video? Or Teenie Howard, every time I said how bad her Harley sucks, because her Harley sucks, she made a long rant about me and said I was in bad faith and said this, and it's garbage. If Mark Brooks did that, yes, it's garbage. It makes you look bad. It makes you look like you can't take criticism, and it's weak as fuck. Weak. He had a pirating issue and paid a law firm. No, well, he didn't. He didn't go after the pirate site. He went after the critics, right? He didn't actually go after the pirate site. If he had went after the pirate site, then I could understand. But he didn't. That's ridiculous. All right, guys, I am going to wrap up. I gave what is it called? The Rippa Goalpost thing. Enough sound bites for me to have interesting comments for the rest of the day, right? I suppose so. I think Robert and I are doing comics tomorrow, though. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I couldn't get through some of the Night Terror stuff. I couldn't. So Night Terrors will not be complete anymore from here on out. I can't do it, you guys. You can't make me. You can't make me. Monetize your haters is great YouTube. Yeah, and I can't say I do it. Don't do it either. I do, right? I do monetize my haters. But I'm not a comic professional that's supposed to be in a professional business that can't take an ounce of criticism. That's the real issue. You saw how he reacted when Ethan Van Sciver, to his credit, actually gave him some fair criticism. He acted like a child. I'll give Ethan credit there. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.